I go by the name Angel Mudah, and this is another edition of Hanging with Angel Mudah. Right here, I have Joanna Tanava with me. I got it right?
Yeah, you did.
Joanna, how you doing?
I'm really good, Angel. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Firstly, I would like you to introduce yourself to my viewers.
Okay. My name is Joanna Tarnava. I am a worthiness facilitator. I do bodywork, energy healing, fitness, and coaching. I have been in Los Angeles since 2016.
Okay, interesting. So, let's start with this. Where are you originally from?
I am from Western Canada.
Okay. So, are you finding moving to US?
I love it. I knew my whole life I wanted to live in California. And I started in San Francisco, and it was everything I ever wanted in the world. It just handed itself to me on a silver platter.
Okay.
And I decided one day I needed sunshine and waves and the American dream, and I moved to LA, and it's been absolutely fantastic.
Okay, I love that. Okay, let me start with this. Your business name is Ritual Method.
Mm-hmm.
So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so it's actually a transformation of the name of my first two businesses. Every time I've had a rebrand, I've just morphed it a little bit. So Ritual is a method of solemn prayer or devotion or consistency to bring desired results. And Metta is benevolence. It's a takeaway from Maitreya, which is the Buddha of benevolence.
Okay.
So in essence, it is the solemn practice, prayer and devotion of benevolence.
Okay, so how long have you been doing that?
That company itself and the full forward blending of all of my skill sets has been about 9 years.
9 years. So it's been a minute you've been working on it.
Yeah.
So would you say it's the ritual method and your act of healing? Would you say it's more like Buddhism, or it's just like a spiritual practice?
It's everything. My spiritual awakening, if you want to call it, started with Reiki. And I was very interested in learning about the specific Japanese Buddhist practices that brought that, which led me into Eastern Asia, into Tibetan Buddhism, and learning about the ancient arts from the Himalayas. I stopped identifying as a Buddhist after I spent 7 months doing a walkabout in Asia and experiencing it all in the masses and realizing this little bit that I can comprehend from the West Coast of North America is not enough to claim this as a life path.
So it's not just like you practicing you practicing it in just the US. You've actually like traveled around the globe and like work on different aspects of the healing.
Yeah, so I've been in LA for 9 years. The 8 years before that, I was doing world travels and walkabout. I was by myself. I was going to places that I didn't research, I didn't know. I was just showing up, doing kind of spiritual pilgrimages. I was doing silence meditation, staying in ashrams, meeting masters, learning different skill sets from them, and just really understanding how people in different cultures move through the world, how we nurture each other, how we connect to the divine, how we show up as a community, and just getting a really deep understanding of the human experience and how to just bring loving compassion and kindness to it.
Okay, I like that. One other thing that when I was researching your website is that you have different aspects of healing, right? So do you focus more like on cupping? Do you focus more like acupuncture, or do you just focus more on the spiritual healing? What do you have a certain thing which you focus more on?
All of my sessions are completely unique. So I can do more body-based focused stuff with a background in sports medicine and an interest in Chinese medicine that I could be doing myofascial release and cupping and other body work. But that's a very small portion of what I do. Most of my work is more esoteric. You would come to see me for 3 to 5 hours, and we'll do breath work, meditation, energy healing, quantum healing, body work. We'll be doing a lot of neurological reset and reprogramming, as well as nurturing, loving healing.
Does this involve like chronic pain too?
Absolutely, yeah. Okay. I strongly believe in the somatics, that we store pain in our body, in our fascia, that the issues are in our tissues. We keep all those repressed memories in there. So my goal isn't just to get them out of the physical, but to nurture you in love and to rewire your nervous system while it's happening so that we don't just default back into all those repetitive traumas.
Oh, interesting. For me personally, I believe that in any profession that you find yourself, in most time there will be ups and downs. So there will be time when you feel like, okay, I really got this going on, and there will be time you'll be like, you know what, I think I should have done better in this and that. What would you say is your biggest failure, and how do you move past that? How are you able to like learn from that?
I think one thing when we're in a position of healer, coach, guide, in any kind of service industry while we're showing up for other people, it's really important to stay out of our story.
Okay.
Just like everything, like attracts like in the world, we're going to draw people to us and then identify by certain things.
Okay.
And so it's really important for me to always see the person as their divinity and as larger than connecting one-on-one on a personal story, because that is going to lead to projections and presumptions and me thinking that I know what their story is. If I can hear their story just a little bit and then look at the tools that I want to use to help them transform that, rather than being like, oh, that happened to me
so
too.
So you try as much as possible not to get too deep with the client that you're working with?
Or just not too deep, but also if I have a personal connection, like a similar story, because we all have really similar stories, just to make sure that I don't ever think, oh, I know what they're going through. Because even if you and I are in the exact same room right now, we're seeing completely different viewpoints. So
Definitely.
the exact same is to understand with our pain and our trauma, physically, mentally, emotionally.
Okay, a little bit outside your work or outside your profession. Outside of work, what other activities do you involve yourself with?
My whole life is about being in the outdoors and adventuring. I spend a lot of time in the ocean. I love surfing. I love being on the water. I love being at the beach.
So you're a water girl?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, interesting. So do you go to clubs too? All that?
Yes, absolutely. My whole life I was a raver. Going on like 20 years in the party scene, and I've always found a way to contribute to it rather than just party. So from raves to music festivals to the club scene here in LA, I create businesses that align with them. So I currently have a business right now called the Vibe Spa, where I bring chair massage, singing bowls, energy healing into Afrobeats, Amapiano, club scene.
Yeah, I've actually been to one of them, and I find it really, it's beautiful actually, because we don't really have that in most parties before that I go to. Then seeing you doing that is more like, okay, there's this a different style right here, and you have the massage bench, and you do your own the cupping and whatever techniques that you want to use on different people, and I think people are like really into it, even though it's new in LA scene, and people are like getting catch up with it, like, okay, this is what's going on. So how you find that setting in regards to your profession, because this is not something that you see people see every time?
Yeah, I love it, because I only want to go places that I'm enjoying. So
Okay.
I wouldn't set this up in any specific club or with any specific type of music. It's where I want to go, where I want to connect with these people, and to find a way to bring my art and what's important to me there. And it blows my mind the amount of people, not only that they're like, wow, a massage at a club, but that they've never had a massage in their entire life. That the amount of people that I've met in the last 6 months who get a 10-minute experience, and it's their first time, and they're their 20s, 30s, 40s, and they've never had it before. So this is kind of my mission. This is the mission of the Bodhisattva, which is my goal for enlightenment, my goal for salvation, my goal for leaving samsara, is that I'm taking everyone with me. So I can easily just go with the people that I know and be around all the, new age spiritual people and hype each other up, but why not take it to other places? Why not take it out into the world to help other people wake up and learn self-love and learn how to take care of themselves? Because they wouldn't find me on a Google search because they wouldn't know what to look for.
Oh yeah, so it's like you taking it to them now, instead of them looking around for you. So you taking it, you know what, this is what I can do for you guys. And Do you dance? Are you a dancer?
Absolutely.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how good are you?
Well, I get told I'm a good dancer all the time, and I usually feel insecure out there, and I feel just like stoked for the opportunity to have a dance floor to set my soul free. I don't really care how good of a dancer I am. I care about how it makes me feel, which is one of the few places on the planet where you feel no pain, and you just get to be free and move and like align to the rhythms in the music.
Okay, interesting. So just a little fun fact, I'm gonna ask you some questions. Just pick one side. So what would you say? Are you more of a dog or cat?
Oh, cats, absolutely.
Cat. Okay. Your favorite color?
Probably blue.
Blue. Sky is blue.
Lots of things are blue, but we have blue all around us, but we don't have it in nature a lot. There's not a lot of plants that are blue.
Okay. Hip hop or Afrobeats?
Oh, Afro beats.
You know what's up. Jazz or rock?
Jazz.
Okay, interesting. This says, would you rather? So would you rather travel around the world for 1 year, all expense paid, or would you like 20K and you can use anything you want to use it for?
Just 20K one time?
Just 20K one time, or you want to travel around the world,
travel,
around the globe,
absolutely.
all expense paid for 1 year.
Absolutely. Travel.
Okay.
We're in LA. You can make 20 grand in a month if you want.
I feel you on that. My next question is, so I did a little bit of research on your website. Then I noticed that you also a love, sex, and relationship coach. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, so this is about helping us all get back to our divine love. So part of ancient Buddhist practices is also Tantric Buddhism. And this is about learning to create the love, the power, the energy within us, and then our choice to share that with others. So the natural progression in my work that led to Love, Sex, Relationship Coach was integrating my trainings in nonviolent communication and conflict resolution, as well as my personal belief that we're all here to be worshipped and desired and cared for, and to learn how to bring that in a way to my clients that they can learn to communicate, they can learn to love themselves, and then they can learn how to share that with each other so that we have that soul and communicative autonomy as well as the ability to be in a relationship.
Oh, interesting. I was just like, okay. My next question is, what is one myth about your profession that you would like to debunk?
Just that there's any specific category for it. To me, healing isn't linear. It doesn't fit into anything. To me, being a coach isn't about how much money that I make or how many clients that I get. I want people to definitely know, if it was a one term, what do I want to debunk, is that I'm not here to help you or save you.
Okay.
And that says all over my website. It's like, you need to be ready to show up. I'm just a guide. I am here to help you see the things that you're not seeing to find your own path. But it's up to you to do all those things, and it's up to you to continue to do those things after you leave our sessions.
So the client should be willing to take the first step.
Yeah.
And you like the guide towards, okay, you know what, this is how we're going to move about it.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. So for my viewers now, so where can my viewers or listeners find you online?
You can find me at ritualmeta.com.
To the camera, please.
You can find me at ritualmeta.com. You can find me on Instagram as ritualmeta. And if you just Google my name or Google Ritual Meta, you can find Facebook, LinkedIn, my Linktree, all their forms of communication.
Okay, thank you. Please check her out. Let's say if you are in my shoes, what is one thing that you like to ask yourself that I didn't cover? Because I know I won't be able to cover most things anyway. But what is the one thing that you like to ask yourself if you're in my shoes?
I think a lot of people just honestly don't understand what I do, and they also don't understand how it benefits them.
Okay.
And so the biggest thing that I can say to you is, what is your healing worth to you? What are you willing to do to change your life?
Okay.
And probably in my 15 plus years of studies, I've mastered that. My intention of creating my whole business was that not everyone wants to spend 2 years living like a monk or a nun to find that peace and realization. Not everybody
themselves.
Yeah, so I don't want everyone to need to become a monk to find inner peace. I want to be able to bring it to you. And
Okay.
so my invitation to you would be to ask yourself, what are you willing to do to change your life? And how can you ask for that support with people and community around you, and especially people in the profession of doing that?
Oh, interesting. Interesting. I'm glad I asked that.
Peace to me means ease and like minimal discomfort. My goal in life is to just be in the least amount of pain as possible, and to be in situations and communities and environments where I get to be myself as much as I want to be.
So does it necessarily tie to any other thing?
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole premise of Buddhism, which is the cessation of suffering comes from the cessation of reaction. That when we learn to become the observer and choose how we're responding, that gives us our freedom. And for me personally, in the life that I've lived and the story that's going on under my skin, peace to me would be the pain goes away and I get to be myself.
Okay. Like I said, that's the last but not the least. But it was really nice having you here. I actually learned a lot from you. I'm glad you're able to like share a little bit or put a light on what you do and how people can like reach out to you. I think this actually will help a lot of people because a lot of people too are going to like, even if it's minimal pain or one or two things that they're not really like have a clear vision about. So this is a way to like, you know what, let me take a first step towards my own healing. Because if you don't start the healing from yourself, you can't help someone else. Even on the plane, if you don't have your own mask on first, how are you gonna help someone else if there's like a plane crash or anything? So the healing starts from yourself, the love starts from yourself, then to the next person. If you don't have love, you can't give love. You can't have what you don't give, pretty much. So thank you so much for coming here. It was really nice to have you around.
Thank you.
And you guys, please check her out. Again, I go by the name ANGL Mudah, and thanks for tuning in. See you.